doesn't do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just shutting down the feed, but whatever, you know.
What's the point in causing any trouble with each other?
Lab After Dark starts now.
What's up?
How's it going? Welcome. Welcome to Lab After Dark. Good to see you. Good to be here. Let's see. Did I pop out? Did I pop out the chat? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. Let's see. Who do we got? Let's say hello. Welcome, everybody. Hold on. Something I should always do before, but I never do. Everybody say hello to McLovin. McLovin's here as well. How do I sound? Any better? Worse? Probably worse. Okay. Really? It does? I sound better? A little better? Josh, did you get to play games with Rich? No, I didn't actually. I sound better, a little bit better. I didn't get to play. I didn't play any games. No, maybe tomorrow. I was sort of. Am I feeling better? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I can never tell. I feel fine. I guess. I don't know. I think it's one of those things that it's gonna linger. You know, I hate that too. I hate lingering colds, but you know, I think that's how these ones work. It's like it's just gonna linger, and you know, like physically I feel better, but you know, I'm still being asked, like, are you sick? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope so. I hope not. What the hell was that? Where is that sound coming from? What was that? Oh God, how do I get rid of it? Gifted party hat times 20. What the hell is that party hat? Still have a nasally twang. Great. It's YouTube gifts. Okay, well, thank you. It's the jewels. Got it. It's the family jewels. The family jewels. I know. I like every day I wake up and I go, me. See if my voice is back, but I just don't think it is back. You know, and that's a problem for somebody like me. It's a big problem. I'm struggling, you know. It's like I need to just get better and get it over with. But sucks. Ocean Wild says, I had to put down my Yorkie of 16 years unexpectedly. It was supposed to be just a vet checkup. I'm extremely sorry to hear that. I don't know. I'm not too familiar. Like, I know what a Yorkie is. Let's see. So 16 seems like it's a bit up there in age, but if the dog was fine, you know, it's just a terrible thing. I'm really sorry to hear that. I've had something like that sort of happen. We had a Dalmatian when I was I think we got him when I was like in third grade, and we had him for like 13 years, and his back legs went out, and well, one of them, and we thought that maybe we could take him in and get him looked at, and the vet said, you probably should even leave with him today because the nerves in his legs are gone. And it was heartbreaking. My grandfather and I, we drove home. We were both crying, and it felt like you lose a family member. And so, there's not a lot you can really say that's going to make anybody feel better. But I can tell you that the reason that you're struggling and that you're upset is because you loved your animal, your friend, your pal, and that I'm sure it loved you, and I'm sure that you took extremely good care of it, or you wouldn't be heartbroken right now. And you can take some solace in knowing that you took very good care and loved your animal, your pal, your companion. Because I know what it feels like. I really do. And I know there's a lot of people in here that are with you tonight that feel the same way. Hang on to those good memories and it just takes time. It takes time. Something we sign up for when we get our animals. That's the really crappy part about getting animals, is that they just don't. They just don't. They're not there for a lifetime like you would want them to be. They're there for their lifetime with you, but they're not there for your lifetime, and that sucks. It's a terrible thing, So, but I know that when you love your animals unconditionally, and I know that I do. And I know, and it sounds, and I'm sure that you do. It's tough, So, our condolences, and we're with you. Send an email if you like to talk about your pet. What was his or her name? I'm curious about that. I don't know if some of you follow me on Instagram the other day. Otis got confronted by a miniature Frenchie about pissed his pants. I mean, one of the biggest chicken shits I've ever seen in my life. Just was like looking at me like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? You see this thing? It's like, God, dude, you're twice the size of that damn dog. It was a mini. They're the mini ones. I didn't even know they had minis. But it was a tiny little thing, but she was feisty. She was a feisty thing. Her name was Bambi Faith. She was a rescue. Well, wow. How long? I know that she was 16, but when you rescued her, how old was she? It's very cute. Horribly sad too, by the way. That's right, Justin. They certainly would not. Certainly wouldn't know what to do. Wait. I'm confused. I thought you said that she was 16. Oh, you got her when she just had turned 2 to 3. Okay, I got you now. So you've had the dog a very long time. Yeah, that's tough. That is very tough. It's tough no matter what, but you know, like I said, there's just not a lot to say. It's just it's one of the pitfalls and one of the terrible, tragic things that happen. You know, it's just a shitty thing. Excuse my language. But like I said, we're here and we're all wishing you the best. You know, I know that there's, you know, some people. It's interesting because I remember when Maggie passed away, and I said that I had figured that I was either going to get a dog quickly or I wasn't going to get one for a long time. I ended up getting one like within 2 weeks. Just, you know, idiotic of me. And that dog just so happened to be Otis because, you know, the universe was aligning, I guess you could say, and was telling me that no matter what, there's this little energy, pocket of energy headed your way that you're going to end up with. And we were on a collision course. I think that, you know, it was just something, because I'm telling you, you guys don't understand that. And you see him and you think that he's like super cute, and he is super cute, and he's all these things, and he's beautiful, 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 funny, cute, blah, 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 blah. I don't know many people that would deal with him, to be honest. And I'm, you know, one that is willing to put up with his antics. And there are antics. Trust me, lots of them. Constant antics. Always has my socks. You know, he's learned this thing. He didn't bark really before, like he barely barks as it is, but he does this thing now that he's been doing it for some time. When he wants to get Macho's attention or get Macho riled up, he barks at the door. He goes, hoo, hoo, or however he barks. He doesn't even bark normal. Nothing he does is normal. It's freaking, it's so ridiculous. But yeah, nothing he does is normal. And yeah, he's adorable, all right. I have another word for it, but then as soon as he does that, Macho just loses his shit. Like he just goes insane. And you just like, you go, golly, bro, like just take a chill pill, brother. Just, you know, take it easy. And but yeah, that's the only time he barks. He doesn't actually bark because he cares. He doesn't bark because he's worried. He doesn't bark from anxiety. He barks to get people annoyed. He loves to get people riled up. It's his thing. Drives me nuts. Takes a long time to eat. What up, Cat Randall? Hold on here. Cat Randall in the house. We love Cat Randall. Well, somebody does. No, we do. Well, Miss Sharon, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so I don't know. Did you, YouTube Bad Actors? Did you pay attention to Gray's donation night? Did he have a good donation night? I have it on good authority, him being the authority, that he did not have a good donation night. Because he was talking about the Nancy Guthrie case today, and I was really curious because of his infinite knowledge and wisdom in his thought-provoking show and his captivating voice and aura and his just his intellect and his wit, his thinking outside the shoebox really fascinated me. So I was like, oh, maybe he's telling us something that's just breathtaking today. Maybe he's, you know, maybe he's telling us something that's just, but guess what? He wasn't. Shocker. Yeah, I mean, I was lying. Let me saw. He bitched and moaned and barely made it to $1,000 is so much. Wow, dude. How? How does he do that? Greetings from the Las Vegas Valley, everyone. Near Area 51, I'm hoping. All right. And I don't know where Rusty McShackleford is tonight, but play what? Oh, did you? What is it? Your new intro? What's up with the earthquakes in Area 51? They're probably like detonating nuclear bombs underground, as usual. Sent for 450 joules butterfly. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, let me play this first, because this to me is like the best. This is the funniest. Gray goes on to explain. Oh, first of all, this is what he said about me the other night because of that bastard Rusty McShackleford.
Where do we get these dumb trolls that
By the way, and be honest with me, is there any popping going on? I need to know. Just be honest. Just be brutally honest. I need to know. I need to know.
Where do we get these dumb trolls that show up in here? They're so stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and watch that idiot, Rusty. You're just as dumb as he is. He's one of the dumbest YouTubers in the history of YouTube. Can't work through a shoebox, work his way out of a shoebox, and you act like he knows what he's talking about. He's an absolute idiot. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we got that one. Let's go read the.
What did I do to deserve that? What did I do? What did I do to deserve that? Anything? Very slight intermittent when talking. Oh, look at that. A goat. Bah. Yeah, Rusty was over there. Oh, Rusty went over there and he goes, I'm gonna go watch The Lab. No, I did not get new cables. I can't go into a store yet. It's such bullshit. I can't go in there the way that I sound. You know what I mean? I just can't. Not allowed. Ugh. I don't know how to turn that off, or I would. I would turn it off if I could. I don't know how. What do you mean you can't hear me? Ocean Wild says, stay hydrated. I'm trying my best. What do you mean you can't hear me? That makes me nervous. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, can hear you. Can now. Okay. Whew. Don't scare me like that. I hear your stuffy nose. I don't have a stuffy nose. I don't have a stuffy nose, and I'm not sick. Okay? Okay? I don't have a stuffy nose, and I'm not sick. But listen to this really quick.
Flood of gifted memberships every time one of those losers. Yeah, that would be sweet. That would be a good way to get rid of them, I think. Like if everybody, when the trolls show up, if everybody supported the channel, you know, they're still going to make their little videos and their stupid little bullshit stuff that they do because they're just sick individuals. But, you know, just going to come back on to haunt them in the future because I've got it all documented. Provably false stuff. So there you go. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
And on my channel, what I try to donate around 30% of the gross income. You know, so if you think about it, that's a huge amount of money, right? So if you got let's say your channel, if it was a net income, it'd be a lot smaller. 30% of the net, right? But it isn't. 30% of the gross income. So let's say, just for the hell of it, your channel brought in $10,000.
What's up, Muscles? Good to see you.
And see, that's the thing. This month, I'm actually donating more than that, percentage-wise. But let's just say you brought in 10 grand, right? You might donate 30,000, 3,500, right? Well, then there's only 6,500 left over, and then you get to, you know, the donation part you can write off. So what it means is you're then taxed on 6,500, which still means you're still taxed 2,500 or so. So you're taxed 2,500 off of the 10. So there's 7,500, and then 3,500 went to charity. So there was 4,000 left. So the channel makes, you know, the income would be 4,000, and then 3,500 was given to charity. Does that seem unreasonable to people, or? Seems to me like that's way more than you know, the church wants you to give, right?
What does that mean? It seems like it's way more than the church wants you to give. But is he donating it to a church? What was that? I mean, I'm guessing that he's not a math major. What does that mean? Donating it to the church? That is a very interesting piece of audio there. But I hope that clears it up for everybody. Oh. Okay, hold on. Muscles, do I sound sick? I'm not. I'm fine. All right, here we go. This is courtesy of YouTube Bad Actors.
It's word out somebody goes, new intro? No, it's just some random video that popped up on the screen. Yeah. Yeah, it's just totally random. New intro?
That's my favorite right there.
I mean, look at right now. Why is there only 66 people here, you guys? I just don't get it.
I do. I get it. I get why. I completely understand why. It makes all sorts of sense.
I don't get it. I just think it sucks. You know, I make a 45-minute video, and the average watch time is maybe 10 to 13 minutes, and you just can't get people to watch it. But man, you make a 30-minute video about absolute garbage. They got their popcorn out, and they're just, ooh, this is so great. Sick. Oh, wait. "30 seconds in, and exactly the way I always am." Okay, so you know, what we don't need is your play-by-play, because I'm sure you're quite the B word on your own on the side. You know what I mean? Like just off to the side. You know what I feel worse for, Joseph, is idiots like yourself. All right. Every time you look in the mirror, you must be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, so I wonder what you look like, Margaret. I'd like to see it. Why don't you send us a picture? What is that? Yeah, I get it. Let me get rid of this person. See you later, Margaret. Good. So you're already blocked. Good for you. Who are you talking about, Mike? You seem like you're crazy, Mike. You say a lot of just ludicrous things, you know. Duet. It should be dimwit, not duet. Might want to get that changed. It'll be more appropriate with your name. Change it to dimwit. All right, I think that works better for you. Yeah, no, it is frustrating, George, but we don't need you around anymore. Yes, it is frustrating in here.
Dude, and once again, and I'm just going to play this really quick again, and I'll probably play it a few more times because, dude, I didn't even start this shit.
Where do we get these dumb trolls that show up in here? They're so stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and watch that idiot, Rusty. You're just as dumb as he is.
No, like, see, somebody says, "Oh, I'm leaving. I'm going to go watch The Lab," which is, by the way, a great idea, smart idea. I mean, that's something I would do. I would go watch The Lab too.
Linda, I'm ungrateful for idiots like you. Okay, I am really frustrated that we have a night like this where we have an opportunity, and so few people were not interested. And I think that makes you ungrateful, Linda. So get the hell out of here. You're a pile of shit.
Wow. Holy shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh.
All right. Right, so here's the thing, everybody. There's been times lately where I go, "Hey, everybody, yeah, we're trying to reach the goals. If there's a way you can help support the channel tonight, that'd be absolutely fantastic." And nobody does a nickel. That's the part I don't like, is asking. But if I don't ask and I don't try to push for it, then I know we won't make it to where a certain point where we can also give. That's the whole thing. It's like, I'm like, this is a whole nother show, you guys. But if you're out there, if you have the ability to help support the channel, that would be great. Hey guys, what about helping support the channel tonight? We're really starting off coldly, so if you have the ability to help support the channel, that would be fantastic. That's how the channel survives, is by the people watching supporting it. All right, you guys, we got another challenge in here. memberships. We're having one of those massive lulls again. So if we could get the 5 individuals to gift 1 membership, they'll match that. Okay, all by themselves. So they'll do 5, and 5 of you just do 1. Hey, we need 2 more, you guys. 2 more gifted memberships, so we can get the match met. I'd really like it if we could get these last 2 gifted memberships to get to the goal. 4 gifted memberships. We need 1 more. 1 more, you guys. Hey, they extended it though. If 6 more, they'll do 10.
Helping to
you
reach
guys,
your goal.
so
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
looks like we need 4 more gifted
We only need to get to $1,000 tonight. That's it.
memberships, you guys, and then 10 will be gifted. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, we just need 3 more, you guys. So just 2 more to go. We're going to wait about 2 more minutes. If I don't get bailed out, the show's over. Let's do the clock. Where is it? Here's the thing. When I do
I mean, it's just it's incredible.
a show, and I spend 3 or 4 hours doing a show, and there's people in the chat that smoke cigarettes and go to Starbucks and all that shit, and they can't even figure out a way during the show to help support the channel. It's kind of weird to me, right? I mean, I provide 3 or 4 hours of entertainment and information every single night, and it just seems odd to me. People that are watching, I know that there's a lot of you that hate me because you're just dicks, but
Because you're just dicks.
we do great stuff here. You guys are piles of shit. The ones that come in here, every show that I go on, you trash me into oblivion. Doesn't matter what show I go on, they always comment.
Muscles gifting 20 Lab After Dark memberships. That's so kind of you, Muscles. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I got my new Noble. I think they're supposed to be here on Wednesday. I'm excited for them. Just like. That was good stuff. I appreciate that. Very, very well done. Dude, he gets worse and worse, doesn't he? By the friggin' day. Like how bad has he gotten? Like did he used to be that bad? I didn't think he was that bad. I mean, I knew he was bad, but he's bad. Fucking, he's insane. He's an angry son. And I'm going to say some mean things about him here. So I just want you to know that this is the reason.
Where do we get these dumb trolls that show up in here? They're so stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and watch that idiot, Rusty. You're just as dumb as he is. He's one of the dumbest YouTubers in the history of YouTube. Can't work through a shoebox, work his way out of a shoebox, and you act like he knows what he's talking about. He's an absolute idiot. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we got that one. Let's go read the.
So yeah, that was him talking about me when I hadn't said anything about him, and I don't understand. First of all, the shoebox thing. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Like, work my way out of a shoebox. But to mask making an income by wrapping it in a charity bow is so disingenuous and such a con and such a lie and such a farce that it's insulting to people who aren't, brain dead. And to the people that he can take advantage of, which is what he's doing, to be honest. I mean, I got to tell you, that's what's happening. He's finding pockets of people, new people to take advantage of. It's a farce. Okay, telling people that if they don't donate, so he can't donate, doesn't make any logical sense. That's not how donating works. You don't get to beg people. Well, I guess you do get to if it's him, but you don't beg people to donate to you so you can donate. And it's not up to anybody else is that better? I'm back. I should be back. I wasn't muted. You couldn't hear me, but I wasn't muted. I don't know. There's this glitch that's been happening where all of a sudden. So thank you for telling me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it does it, but sorry about that. I do apologize. I don't really remember where I was, what I was saying, but I want you to listen to this one more time, and I'm gonna actually let me move this to the Rodecaster pad so I can stop it. I also heard B Tim use the words tossing salad today, which was weird. I was out on my that bothered me for some reason. I swear to God, I heard him say it. I'm popcorn sounding. Fuck. Really? Gotta make some. I didn't say it. He said it. I would never say that. I would never say something like that. How's it doing now? The answer is if my sister is in town I will be, yes, I will be going, but I won't know that until the end of next week. But Vegas isn't too far for me, and it's like what is it, like it's like a 2-hour flight, maybe something like that at the most. But yeah, I would love to. Is Greg going? Sure. Yeah, everybody can go. I live in California. I'm surprised it's not that far from him either. I'd hang out with him. We'd hang out. We'd go have drinks together. I'm sure I'd have to pay for the drinks though. I'm guessing he wouldn't be too keen to buy them. What did I miss? Hold on, I want to make sure. Marie, thank you. I appreciate that. And domestic pinup to put in your shoebox. Now go get your shoebox, your shine box. All right, I'm gonna play this again.
Flood of gifted.
Oh, what was it? I was trying to put it somewhere else. And maybe this is. Where's the pad at? Where's the stupid pad? Frig. I'll just play it.
Flood of gifted memberships every time one of those losers. Yeah, that would be sweet. That would be a good way to get rid of them, I think.
Now I can hear the popping. Why is it starting to pop all of a sudden? So it's not something that I need to be fixing. Let's see, audio popping. To fix, ensure your audio device and stream both use the same rate. See, I don't think I can change.
At Marieth Mancunian donated £5 through Super Chat. Thanks, Josh. Smiley face emoji.
Thank you. But I don't think I can change it during the. Maybe I can. Hold on. I don't know if. Hold on. Let's see.
Flood of gifted memberships every time one of those losers. Yeah, that'd be.
No, it didn't work. Match audio and sample rates.
Domestic Pinup 3280 donated $5 through Super Chat. To put in your shoebox.
It's pissing me off. What was it? Sound. Okay. Open. Mic auxiliary. Duo. Mono. Usually caused by sample rate mismatch, high CPU usage, or buffer issues. Your audio devices and Streamlabs both use the same rate. I don't know what that means. I wish I knew what that meant. These audio issues are like gonna be the death of me.
Flood of gifted memberships every time one of those losers. Yeah, that would be sweet. That would be a good way to get rid of them, I think. Like if everybody, when the trolls show up, if everybody supported the channel, you know, they're still going to make their little videos and their stupid little bullshit stuff that they do because they're just sick individuals. But,
It's true. We are.
you know, just going to come back on to haunt them in the future because I've got it all documented. Provably false stuff. So there you go. It's good stuff.
I think he's talking about.
And on my channel, what I try to donate around 30% of the gross income. You know, so if you think about it, that's a huge
At
amount of money.
Babacus is
right? So if
9260
you
donated
got-
$5 through Super Chat. Shoebox Fund.
Yeah, put it in the shoebox. How's that? Streamlabs, go to setting audio. Just Mac. Audio drivers, adjusting buffer. Open audio MIDI. Audio MIDI. All right, hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to try and fix this. Give me like 20 seconds. Audio MIDI. Glad I have a producer. Come on, you bastard. Audio MIDI. Sure, your microphone headset are all set to the same sample. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves.
Ed Gene Zabini donated $4.99 through Super Chat.
Well, thank you. Let me turn this off. Hold on.
flood of gifted memory.
I think that made it worse. I think we made it worse. Primary format. Da, da, da. Yeah, pretty much stuck for now. I think. Nope, won't let me do that either. All right, well, we're screwed. Gene, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work. Does it pop when I talk? I'm sure it does. God, I'm not gonna be able to use Streamlabs anymore. All right. Well. But when it's like when I let's try something here.
We'll do it live. It. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Okay. All right. Back to it. Seems worse when. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it does. It just it really bothers me. But I mean, I guess there's nothing I can do in the middle of the show. I wish that. I wish I could. I wish I could fix it.
Ed Love Boston donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Towards the goal. Party face emoji. Party face emoji.
Party face. Beautiful. Thank you for your support of the channel. Okay. It means a lot. Okay. That way we don't have to make up for a bad month. Okay. It's too funny. Oh, oh, fudge.
Ed Muscles and Mascara 24 donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Check your messages when you can.
Oh my God. Oh, one thing I was actually going to tell you guys.
Ed Muscles and Mascara 24 donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Done.
Wow, we made it. Look at that, Gray. Thanks, Gray. So I just got this message. I had no idea, and God, I'm sorry, but Muscles, our friend Muscles, husband had a heart attack last night. He is okay now, but wow, how scary that is. That scared the shit out of me too. Yeah, send him. Let him come. So make sure to say a prayer for Muscles and her husband. Wow, that's terrible. No, I'm so sorry to hear that. I am glad he's okay. Terrifying though. Jeez. Well, guess what? Tell him he's going on. He's going on the Josh diet. That's what's happening. It's time. Are you guys out of the hospital? Jesus. Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's got that new lease. He's got that new lease. And he's got a fit wife, so he's in for a complete makeover. Telling you, and good, yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things that's crazy about that is that, and God bless him, you know, that he sometimes you just don't, I guess a lot of times you don't get that, you know, you don't get that second chance. And when you do, you know, you really have to make the most of it. And I know that he will, because what happens is your life sort of, I mean, I don't know, I've never had one, and God forbid, you know, like it's just a scary thing. Anything with the heart is just terrifying, you know. It really is. And but it's a great thing that, you know, he has this chance to, you know, because I don't know how much you want to say, but did he have a stent or something put in? Is that what happened? And he has his own built-in nutritionist at home. He's like, he's got a nutritionist at home.
At Chasing Giants 23 donated 10 Australian dollars through Super Chat. Hey Josh, new fan. Most important news is the Vodio called Masked Man in Gray F-150 steals cactus pots 0.6 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. The dude looks like he moves exactly like the porch perp.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, and thank you, Chasing John. Appreciate that. I saw that, and I heard the local news talking about that. A guy stealing potted plants wearing a mask. Holy crap! Yeah, what is going on in that neighborhood? There was no popping there, by the way, was there? What happened? Let me see.
Where do we get these dumb trolls that show up in here? They're so stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and watch that idiot, Rusty. You're just as dumb as he is. He's one of the dumbest YouTubers in the history of YouTube. Can't work through a shoebox, work his way out of a shoebox, and you act like he knows what he's talking about. He's an absolute idiot.
Well, I disagree. Work my way out of a shoebox. Let me see. I'll bring it up. We'll take a look. We'll take a look at it. Why is he? What the hell is he doing? Like, why is he? Are these plants really that expensive? What the hell?
Well, new Ring camera.
People are so brazen, man. I don't know if this has anything to do with Nancy, but
A homeowner who's grown fruits and vegetables in his front yard for years now is now being told by the city the garden may have to go.
gotta go, dude. I don't understand this. Why are... Wait, what's this? Little Caesars unveils new drone pizza delivery service in Texas. Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at in life? We're so fat that we have to have pizza delivered by drones now. Me included, by the way, because I would order a drone pizza, but I mean, really? That's what's cutting edge now? Drone drone pizzas? Holy shit. I told you this before. I went to Disneyland about 7 or 8 years ago. And I mean, you should have seen how fat these kids were. I mean, they were everywhere. These mid-American monsters. They're just everywhere, just shoving cotton candy in their face. And, just like ice cream the size of I don't know. It's crazy. They're all red in the face and shit. Riding Healy wheels everywhere. That was when Heelys were big. That's what kids need. More ways to not walk. That's what they need, huh? It's like, it's just... So now we're getting drone pizzas. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ed Mary's Pop 47 donated $5 through Super Chat. Got up to pee. Just wanted to say hey, kid.
There you go. Well, thank you for the kind love. And thank you for going pee. Appreciate it. Is it too much? Nah, I didn't think it was too much. I think it was just the right amount of information. Yeah, Rusty. We're talking about... What do you guys think? Like, does this seem odd? I mean, it is. It's odd that this guy's doing this. Bridge guy can order a pizza. Is this common? I mean, what is this? Just walking right up, stealing. And this, how far is this from Nancy's house? God, could you imagine? Like, I don't think that this is anybody affiliated with. There's a lot of people walking around those neighborhoods though at night. That is. He's just walking up stealing plants. Like, Jesus, look at this. He just walks up, steals these people's stuff. Look. What the hell? He's got a nice truck. He can't afford it. Yeah, he's wearing a what is it? A balaclava. How weird is that, dude? Seriously. What, I mean... Mary, leave him alone. Pop had to pee. He's allowed. I want to show you something. Find where the where's this? Oh yeah, but bookmark. Here we go. Yeah, I was gonna show you this. you guys see this video? Tell me if this looks appetizing to anybody. Sparker becoming a Lab After Dark member. I'm pretty sure you were, but thank you. And gifting 5. Hold on. So funny. Look at this. Why am I frozen? Get rid of that too. I saw this video the other day. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I don't know where it is. I don't know what they are. Oh my God, one fell on the ground. Oh, you just picked it up out of the dirt. She what? Was Dr. Gary on her show? When did she do that? Is there anybody that would eat this? I'm just asking. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't even be within 100 yards of this. So right now, there's one person willing to eat it. Like one person thinks it looks good.
At Chasing Giants 23 donated $20 Australian through Super Chat. Also Jeff Blamey was interviewed about these. Was the perp Nancy's gardener? And is he sending a message to the neighbors saying you could be next? Nancy's back garden looked freshly maintained when she went
It's an interesting thought. I mean, the gardener would have some. What the hell? Look what he's doing. He's like holding them, like the papayas are his. What do you mean she dissed him? I didn't mean to do it. She dissed him tonight. I really didn't mean to do that. I promise. What are those? Those look good. I'd probably eat those. It's like a homemade grater. Where's it? I'll play it now. I'll play it. Those onions do look. I mean, I like onion, I guess, but Nancy couldn't work her way out of a shoebox. Just kidding. I wonder if Dr. Gary knows that happened. I'm not telling him. They're radish. See, like this looks kind of good right here. Whatever this is, I wouldn't eat it. The hell is that? Is that salt? Kind of looks like a little Chinese chicken salad, right? That looks kind of. That looks a little tasty. That blender has seen better days. I gotta be honest with you. It's a Panasonic, but I'm just saying. What was that? Love Boston. Thank you for the jewels. Would you like some belly sweat with your puree? He looks hungry as hell. Just like a chili pepper? Oh my God. That's enough of that. Let's see where Nancy Grace was talking shit. Sorry about that. No, there were bones in it. Yeah, he was eating over the. He's probably the only person eating. Here we go. Here we go.
Bombshell.
Do we have an enemy now in Nancy? I'm so sick of this program, dude. It pisses me off. Let's find here.
Tonight, the last known footage of Nancy Guthrie. Does it reveal the killer's ID? This as the Nancy Guthrie killer's route revealed. Good evening.
I just think about.
Oh, here we go.
And tonight, another theory emerges by a renowned psychologist. Do you buy it? Listen.
Of intelligence involved here, which has pointed to me for a very long while now, to a group of people, at least two. There is someone behind the curtain who's more intelligent, more scheming, and then the individual who actually carries it out. Because one of the prime reasons for eliminating a person other than financial is that they know something.
That is our friend, Dr. Gary Bricado. He's an esteemed psychologist, and that is him from a hit on TMZ, our friends Harvey Levin. As much as I think of Bricado, I'm not buying that she was kidnapped or killed somewhere else, and the killer went back to the scene to put her blood on the porch and open and shut the doors.
I don't think did he say that? Did he say that? I didn't hear him say that.
I mean,
I've talked to him extensively about this. He never said that, did he?
Have her heart monitor, her pacemaker, placing her there that night. So, Joe Scott Morgan, what do you make of this theory?
The popping is just driving me up a wall. I wish I could just switch programs, but I can't. I wish I could just switch mid-program.
That there's some motive we don't understand, that nobody understands, that she was taken and killed elsewhere, and the perp goes back to the scene to stage, including putting her blood on the front porch?
So the killer, just so that I understand this, actually had the foreknowledge to show up and not just stage the blood, but also deposit expirate there. And what I mean by that is you've got blood that is being blown out of the nose and the mouth, and I'm going to stand by that. There's a close-up. You look at the top right, that cluster, yeah, right in there. In that tile space right there, you see those big depositions that are like the size of a nickel, perhaps, those tiny depositions. Nancy, the only way you get that, I mean, I guess the person could have showed up with a turkey baster, maybe drawn up some blood and kind of blasted
What did he didn't even say this. The hell is she talking about?
it out and then allowed grab.
He didn't say that it was staged. She didn't even take him out of context. She's not saying accurate things. Holy shit. Just so she could...
Gravitational blood droplets, which would be the nickel size stuff, but those tiny little droplets. And let me set the record straight. That's not aspirate,
Put him up, please.
it's expirate. So what
Put
that means
him
is that
up.
the blood is actually
You do
flowing
hear
out of the
yourself,
nose.
right? The killer came back with a turkey baster full of Nancy Guthrie's blood. Okay.
Yeah, but he wasn't being serious. He said, I guess it could. Whenever somebody says something sarcastically or in jest, she makes it seem like they're saying it on purpose. First of all, Dr. Gary has never said that. He didn't say that. She's not even now. If she wants to challenge his theory of, more than one person, that there's this guy, sort of orchestrating it, fine. That's fine. She should do that, but that's not what he said.
I don't usually cut your mic, but I am sorely tempted. Move forward.
No, listen, it's implausible. The physical science, just looking at those images, by the way, that were generated from a member of the media that walked up and took those pictures because the scene was unsecured. That deposition right there flies in the face of that, Nancy. It really does. And I cannot imagine that whoever this
She was
rocket
just rude to him
scientist
just
is
now.
that did this had the foreknowledge to come in and set this up and stage it up. Because that expert up there, that's
Joe
not
Scott, while
aspirin,
I've got you, a lot of viewers have questioned the fact that, these photos are from our friends at Fox News, by the way. A lot of viewers have questioned foliage being on top of the blood, which could have happened in any number of ways. But could you weigh in on that before I go to our other guests?
yeah, because you have to, it's just basic physical science. If you have the blood deposition right there, how in the world did the greenery get on top of the blood? I've actually heard people say, well, there's evidence that there are bits of foliage with blood deposited on top of it. So I think that that's going to be a big question here. And again, hey, Nancy, guess what? We don't know because the scene wasn't secured. These images that you're seeing do not come from the police. All right. You've had pizza delivery guys, pool boys.
Okay,
Who
you're
else?
going down the garden path. You're way out in the weeds. Let's get it back in the middle of the road. You don't think that theory works, right? That's what I'm talking about.
No, I don't think it works. Absolutely not.
I mean, you had to really do a backflip and involve a turkey baster to make that theory work. Okay, Cheryl McCollum, what about it? And, Bricado, really smart guy. I don't know where this theory came from. What do you make of it?
If you look at the 90-degree angle drops, some of them are clear in the center or have a half moon. The only way that happens is if they have air. That comes from the nose or the mouth, period. You could not take blood, transfer it, drop it, and have it have that same conclusion. How does the foliage get on top of the blood? That's easy. We see him on video placing that flower clump on top of the camera. At some point, they fell off. That's easy.
Okay, to you, Brian Fitzgibbons, you have gone all around the world finding missing people. I've got a lot of questions for you about Sonora, Mexico, but if you could weigh in on what Bricado said, and again, he is no idiot, but this theory that she was kidnapped or killed in another location and the perp came back to stage the scene to make us think it happened there, it flies in the face of all the physical evidence. You've got to follow the physical evidence, like the blood, like the pacemaker.
I'll defer to Cheryl McCollum and Joe Scott on the forensic side, but what I'll add is someone like Dr. Bricado provides such supporting fires for someone like me in the field. And I'll explain this. An investigator can get locked into a certain hypothesis, a certain theory, right? And where you bring in somebody like Dr. Bricado to present these potential hypotheses, yeah, maybe the forensic evidence shoots it down quickly. Maybe it takes a day or two to shoot it down, but it gives another angle for the investigation to look at. And sometimes that creates a breakthrough, right? Because I can say for myself, sometimes I'll get locked into one hypothesis or theory versus another. And someone like that presenting, hey, there's someone controlling this from afar, one foot soldier on the ground executing the abduction, right? these are things that might get missed
And we
on the
know
ground by an
tonight that,
investigator.
quote, fresh eyes have been brought in Fitzgibbons to take a fresh look at the evidence all over again. And I got to tell you something, Fitz. I'd be stuck in my office at the district attorney's office in downtown Atlanta, and it'd be 8 o'clock at night. I'd be looking at the same thing over and over. And then my investigator, Ernest, we were together over 10 years, only had one fight in 10 years over that POS O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, right. Sure. Only one fight, huh, Nancy?
That said, he'd walk in, say, "Why are you still here?" And I'd tell him, and he would say just out of the blue, "Well, what about X?" He was coming from a different point of view, something fresh. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's what's happening tonight, we're told.
100%. And that's where, you know, a talented individual like Dr. Mercado, hey, you know, Babe Ruth struck out a number of times at home plate, right? He also hit a lot of home runs. So, you know, that's where that experience and brain power comes into play in investigation.
And tonight to Dave Mack, apparently Sheriff Nanos, the sheriff in Pima County, is in, quote, uncharted career territory. A 10-day deadline has run out. He's in hot water yet again. Dave Mack, is this anything like when you get a skunk at a softball game when the other side just doesn't show up? In other words, doesn't sufficiently hand in the filing, so the other side...
Let's see. Expert says Nancy Guthrie abduction was likely
The levels of
staged.
intelligence involved here, which has pointed to me for a very long while now, to a group of people, at least two. There is someone behind the curtain who's more intelligent, more scheming, and then the individual who actually carries it out. Because one of the prime reasons for eliminating a person other than financial is that they know something, or that they've walked in on you doing something, or are aware of something, and you have to get rid of them. It's entirely possible that that happened elsewhere, and somebody staged blood in the front of the house, the door being open in the back, and so forth, to give the impression of an abduction, but she is actually killed somewhere else.
Hey guys, it's Jackson
That
Buhar.
was just that wasn't.
I here with TMZ. Now we are approaching the 3-month mark since Nancy Guthrie was initially. So something I want to get into is the dichotomy between what we see from the Nest doorbell video that Nancy Guthrie had at her front door, and drawing a contrast between the behavior of the person in that video and the actual ransom letter that we received. Now I can't exactly get into what it says specifically, but it seems to us, at least, and also the authorities, that the person writing this letter was most likely the person that abducted Nancy Guthrie, but also someone that is very astute, someone that knew what they were doing, and someone that had been planning this abduction for a very, very long time. But it seems like someone in that video who was walking up to the camera, they kind of don't know what they're doing, trying to cover that camera with their hand before turning around and grabbing those shrubs to cover the camera. He seemed very disoriented, didn't seem like he was a career criminal. What are some things that stand out to you?
I think it's very astute to pick up on the fact that there are likely multiple psychologies and multiple levels of intelligence involved here, which has pointed to me for a very long while now, to a group of people, at least two, that are involved in this situation. I think that the individual that we see on the camera is likely a stooge or a goon or a hired person or a confederate who wasn't as emotionally involved in this, who saw this essentially as a gig, a task. The lack of emotionality points not only to not particularly feeling invested in or caring about the victim, but can also point to a person who is way too cool under pressure when committing, being about to commit, or having committed a horrendous offense. which can suggest a person with a kind of psychopathic character structure. Normal individuals or even career criminals who are not psychopathic are going to show a little bit of physiological activity when they're about to do something horrible. They're a little nervous, even just about capture. The only evidence of fear of capture on the video was the costume that the person wore, which was not especially professional. I do think that your question is in line with my sense that what we have here is what I've called the waiter and chef idea, right? That there is someone behind the curtain who's more intelligent, more scheming, and then the individual who actually carries it out, about whom I think the mastermind figure couldn't care less.
So you're intimating there was a mastermind behind this entire thing that, you know, subsequently hired somebody else to conduct the abduction?
Or at least knows them, is in some confederacy with them financially or for some other reason. I think the motives of the individuals are a little different. Probably there's a financial element, but it's entirely possible that the person behind the curtain, who I am convinced to some degree, whether minor or major, knew the victim, that individual may have had a mixture of motives. There could have been an emotional element mixed in there too. Looking at this case very carefully, using statistics and likelihoods and years of experience with this stuff, I am convinced, as are many of my colleagues, that what went on here falls into one of two general buckets. We have ruled out the likelihood of a sexual motivation, a clear robbery situation that went haywire. What we're left with is the question of whether there was an abduction attempt for money that went south, and then somebody attempts to collect the money anyway through ransom, or there's some mixture of real attempt to collect ransom and phony people that are just parasitically trying to reach out to the family for money. And the second likelihood is that there is someone who knew the victim, wished to eliminate her for some reason, and created a charade of there having been an abduction where it was actually just a homicide. When a ransom note is written, the person isn't even with us anymore. That is a phenomenon that in my work I have called elimination murder. And it is very typical in an elimination murder to create the impression that an outsider with no connection to the victim came in and did it. And you work very, very hard to cover your tracks and conceal your connection to the individual. However,
Yeah, but where did he say that she was murdered somewhere else? I've never heard him say that.
if you're not a career criminal, you mess up and you don't fake or stage a more likely motivation for an intruder, like a sexual motivation or a robbery. And so what you're left with is the question of, well, then what? So people don't tend to do that very well when they try to do it. So I think one of those two things is going on.
Right. And so what I want to ask you is, in your experience, you know, from the time that we see the guy at the front door in that doorbell footage, and the time that Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker disconnects from her phone 42 minutes later, it seems like he spent a lot of time in that house. And what you're intimating is, to you, with the information at hand, it seems like this was somebody that went in there with the intention of harming her instead of taking her for ransom. Would that be correct?
That's one of two scenarios that I would propose. I also think it's important to remember that, technically speaking, it is entirely possible that she was not actually taken from there or killed there. It's entirely possible that that happened elsewhere and somebody staged blood in the front of the house, the door being open in the back and so forth, to give the impression of an abduction, but she was actually killed somewhere else, or whatever fate befell her, I'm sorry to say, somewhere else. The reason, of course, for doing that is to give the impression of a total stranger coming in and doing something. It is in that context that somebody sending ransom notes can be part of a deception process. But notice there's never any proof of life in these. In a real ransom situation.
Okay, so he did say that, but he was saying, I mean, he was just throwing out scenarios.
The ransom note is communicated within 24 to 48 hours, and the matter is resolved in a week or less.
Yeah, but she could have been taken from her home alive.
And the reason is that the offender or offenders do not want someone in their presence for that long, because it leads to too much risk of capture, and the person is precious cargo. You don't want anything to happen to them, or there's no financial value in the abduction. You certainly wouldn't have a person who was bleeding and didn't have their medicine or any of these other things that happened at this scene. That suggests to me a situation where somebody is already, unfortunately, possibly deceased, or was injured due to something that exploded in the scene that wasn't expected. So what I'm implying is that it is entirely possible that 40 some odd minutes was spent when there wasn't even a victim there. If the scene actually happened the way that people think, and I am inclined to think that she was at that house, but if that happened, it is entirely possible that what you had there was somebody ransacking the place looking for some item that wasn't something they were trying to steal, but something incriminating, something that was necessary for financial reasons in a larger way. In other words, you could be looking for something. But you wouldn't spend that much time there. Now, why do I mention that? Because one of the prime reasons for eliminating a person other than financial is that they know something, or that they've walked in on you doing something, or are aware of something, and you have to get rid of them. And so in those situations, when you eliminate the victim, you go into their property and you take whatever it is that incriminates you. In other words, there are all kinds of things that could be going on when somebody is spending 40 some odd minutes in a house. But as I said, the two most likely situations: elimination, masquerading as an abduction where there was some need to eliminate her for personal reasons, or an abduction that went south and you try to get the money anyway.
So it seems like to me that you're obviously leveraging your extensive experience in the field and comparing cases that you've seen firsthand to this one. Is there a certain case that stands out to you that you can draw a parallel from?
It depends.
He's pretty smart, but he looks like a kid.
On which of those two scenarios is true. If the scenario is an abduction attempt that went south, the most infamous case that would come to mind would be the abduction of the Lindbergh baby, where, to me, it's pretty clear that somebody went, up a ladder to abduct that child, and between being placed in the duffel bag and carried down, the child died, and the offender tried to collect ransom anyway. And in that case, I think what we see is a mixture of motives, where there's a financial motivation and also a desire for infamy, for connection to a prominent person, because forever you can't look up Charles Lindbergh with all of his achievements without reading about the person who took his child. So they're bound together forever in history, right? That's the one thing that happens. In the other case, when you're talking about what could be a staged abduction,
I just want to say that we have about 250 people here Saturday night, 12 on the West Coast, 3 on the East Coast, and we beat a channel that has 180,000 subscribers by close to 50, maybe 60 watchers at its peak. So thank you for that. That is hilarious.
Many cases of what I've called elimination murder, where so a simple example that comes to mind.
Hey, Gray, you suck.
Is the Susan Smith case, where a woman had 2 children.
I may not be able to work out of a shoebox, but I can get more people to watch me because I'm better and smarter and funnier than you dumbass.
Who were an impediment to a romance. Her significant other, her boyfriend, didn't want children, so she drowned them and created a story that a man pulled up in the car, carjacked the vehicle, took the children off, and then they were gone, and she cried crocodile tears on TV and so forth. So there, what you had was the staging of a story in which a total stranger with no clear motive did something where really the goal was to get rid of the children because they were an impediment to you. And so those kinds of stories are actually, fairly common. But because you're dealing with unsophisticated offenders, they don't do a good job of it, and you catch them.
With the information at hand, is it possible for you to build some kind of a profile on who this person might be?
It depends if you're talking about the individual on the camera or the individual behind the camera. I am absolutely.
I don't know where everybody's from. I just know what time it is here in the United States. And I usually just go by West Coast, East Coast time, even though there is mountain time.
Sure in my mind that this did not involve only one person for several reasons.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Let's say we're talking about the person on the camera.
That too.
The person on the camera.
And I'm way better looking, not a big liar either or greedy. Thank you.
Appears to me to have some features of being, as I said, too cool under pressure. I don't believe this is this person's first rodeo with at least petty crime. And I do think that individual has likely had some contact previously with law enforcement because they're clearly callous and detached under that kind of pressure.
They certainly
and people
are.
don't develop those kinds of features overnight. You'd expect an individual to have traits like that going back all the way probably to childhood. So you can expect a person.
Is Bad Actor still here? I was gonna play their thing one more time because it was just so funny. Good, he should be watching. He's a bitch. West Coast, Southern California, in the house. Favorite. This is my. This is one of my favorite ones. This is so good.
It's word out. Somebody goes, new intro? No, it's just some random video that popped up on the screen. Yeah, it's just totally random. New intro?
Yeah, we'll be looking to do that for sure.
I mean, look at right now. Why is there only 66 people here, you guys? I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just think it sucks.
You know what really bothered me about him was when Brian Koberger took the plea deal, he was pissed that he took a plea deal. He was so mad about it. And you know why he was mad about it? Because he couldn't milk it for any more.
You know, I make a 45-minute video, and the average
He was pissed.
watch time is maybe 10 to 13 minutes. And you just can't get people to watch it. But man, you make a 30-minute video about absolute garbage. They got their popcorn out, and they're just, ooh, this is so great. Sick. No, wait.
I don't have that one. Well, I just played it the other day, but I don't have it personally.
30 seconds in, and exactly the way I always am. Okay, so you know, what we don't need is your play-by-play, because I'm sure you're quite the B word on your own on the side.
Quite the B word on your own.
You know what I mean? Like just off to the side. You know what I feel worse for, Joseph, is idiots like yourself. All right. Every time you look in the mirror, you must be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, so I wonder what you look like, Margaret. I'd like to see it. Why don't you send us a picture? What is that? Yeah, I get it. Let me get rid of this person. See you later, Margaret. Good. So you're already blocked. Good for you. Who are you talking about, Mike? You seem like you're crazy, Mike. You say a lot of just ludicrous things, Duet. It should be dimwit, not duet. Might want to get that changed. It'll be more appropriate with your name. Change it to dimwit. All right, I think that works better for you. Yeah, no, it is frustrating, George, but we don't need you around anymore. Yes, it is frustrating in here. Linda, I'm ungrateful for idiots like you. Okay, I am really frustrated that we have a night like this where we have an opportunity, and so few people were not interested. And I think that makes you ungrateful, Linda. So get the hell out of here. You're a pile of shit. All right.
Wow. Calling somebody a pile of shit, and let alone a woman. I mean, look, Gray is a pile of shit, and calling, I don't know. I think dude on dude like behavior is fine, but I don't know. I don't know why it feels weird to me when guys do that.
Right. So here's the thing, everybody. There's been times lately where I go, Hey everybody, yeah, we're trying to reach the goals. If there's a way you can help support the channel tonight, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And nobody does a nickel. That's the part I don't like. Is
Oh God. Yeah, I did. I said dude on dude. So gay.
asking, but if I don't ask and I don't try to push for it, then I know we won't make it to where at a certain point where we can also give. That's the whole thing. It's like I'm like, this is a whole nother show, you guys. But if you're out there, if you have the ability to help support the channel, that would be great. Hey guys, what about helping support the channel tonight? We're really starting off coldly, so if you have the ability to help support the channel, that would be fantastic. That's how the channel survives, is by the people watching supporting it. All right, you guys, we got another challenge in here. We're having one of those massive lulls again. So if we could get the 5 individuals to gift 1 membership, they'll match that. Okay, all by themselves. So they'll do 5, and 5 of you just do 1. Hey, we need 2 more, you guys. 2 more gifted memberships, so we can get the match met. I'd really like it if we could get these last 2 gifted memberships to get to the goal. 4 gifted memberships. We need 1 more. 1 more, you guys. Hey, they extended it though. If we get 6 more, they'll do 10, you guys. So it's like we need 4 more gifted memberships, you guys, and then 10 will be gifted. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, we just need 3 more, you guys. So just 2 more to go. We're going to wait about 2 more minutes. If I don't get bailed out, the show's over. Let's do the clock. Where is it? Here's the thing. When I do a show, and I spend 3 or 4 hours doing a show, and there's people in the chat that smoke cigarettes and
he's worried that people smoke cigarettes. Let's see. Yeah, Mama said, Josh, while I think he sucks, I feel like we need to focus on good things. Well, I think we're doing the Lord's work here, and he says terrible things about me, and he's a pile. So I think that it is a good thing to talk about him.
Go to Starbucks and all that shit, and they can't even figure out a way during the show to help support the channel. It's kind of weird to me, right? I mean, I provide 3 or 4 hours of entertainment and information every single night.
Yeah, he's mad that people smoke and get Starbucks, but they don't. They don't donate to him.
This seems odd to me. People that are watching, I know that there's a lot of you that hate me because you're just dicks, but we do great stuff here. You guys are piles of shit. The ones that come in here, every show that I go on, you trash me into oblivion. Doesn't matter what show I go on, they always comment.
I love that. It was a really great video, but I gotta tell you, he's insufferable. Maybe I should hold on. The greatest video of all time right here. Look at this.
Shit, we'll just hire Josh.
Look at that. That's my favorite. Look at it. Oh, it's so good. Hi, Gray. How you doing? I know he's got to be watching, right? He's watching. Let me see. Hi, Gray. Yeah, Mama, this is why I have such a problem with him. I don't know if you heard earlier what he said about me, but let me refresh you here.
Where do we get these dumb trolls that show up in here?
You can think Rusty McShackleforth.
Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and watch that idiot, Rusty. You're just as dumb as he is. He's one of the dumbest YouTubers in the history of YouTube. Can't work through a shoebox, work his way out of a shoebox, and you act like he knows what he's talking about. He's an absolute idiot. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So we got that one.
Right. I'm the idiot.
Just you don't need to do any voice changers when you sound like Norm.
Okay, so that was just his latest attack on me. Here's his oldest and best.
McDonald getting a colonoscopy.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
I mean, why are they talking about me on some random live stream? And why is there a fake Gray in the chat? You know, how weird is that?
I was mocking him. I made I just changed my profile picture to him, and then why am I still? Let me get rid of the rainbow. Sorry, Justin. I can only be gay for so long. Okay. And you know, I was just like goofing off. Wasn't that big of a deal.
But I saw what that bastard the lab did, and he's just a Chris McDonough wannabe.
No, Josh from the lab's an absolute tool. He's one of the worst people on the planet. He was over there. It was Josh from the lab pretending to be me.
Sure was.
But they knew it wasn't you.
Right.
That guy's a pile of shit. What's he doing on there? I mean, he's one of the dumbest people that there ever has been. And
you're welcome to play the
it was on Brittany's
Labs channel, but stay off mine. That content is gold. If you don't super chat, nobody rides for free.
Oh, absolutely.
True. He will.
it does equal money. I mean, look at my show and look at compared to theirs.
You should hop on her panel and set her straight.
Actually, there's nobody. I haven't seen one nickel on there since. You guys are way more generous to me than any of those people.
I told you that I donate half to charity and half to Destiny. My two favorite dancers.
What do you mean it was just?
I don't care. That was funny. I mean, come on. It was fun. It was funny.
Just a parody. What are you talking about? They had a picture of me. They had an account with my name on it. You know, that means they had to create like a Google account like that, you know? So it's not really a parody. You should hop on their panel and set her straight. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to get over there, but I'm just not.
I was thinking about trying to get over there. I gotta hit the old dusty trail. It's gonna be a long journey. I was thinking about trying to make my way over there, like the Oregon Trail. Hopefully I don't get dysentery and bit by a rattlesnake on my ball bag.
They're not gonna let me on. I mean, why does look at this? It's just so crazy that people want to sit around and listen to just drivel, like absolutely nothing related to anything. What a joke. God, what am I supposed to do when I go on there?
I'm going to go over there and I'm going to set them straight. Because nobody messes with the Grayinator. That's right, the Grayinator.
I wouldn't have anything nice to say to them.
You don't have anything nice to say about anybody. Ever.
I can tell you that. Plus, I don't see any way to get on there. There's no link or anything. You know, it's stupid, okay? You don't need to tell me about it.
Yeah, I don't understand what he meant by I created a whole Google account. All I did was change my name and profile picture. That was it. It took, let's see. It took maybe 13, possibly 14 seconds.
Because I'll just go over and say something and then they'll go, see,
that gray guy's so mean.
That gray guy, he's mean.
The worst part about that is he came over there and he told everybody to go F themselves, and I had left by then. I had left. I was gone. Then he comes over. Everybody go over there. Go F yourselves.
They want to say, you know, they're just
You guys are the scum of YouTube.
losers. You know, people who invent stuff like that have, I mean, I don't, when I hear about it, it just sort of, you know, then I go over there and I'm angry and then I comment and say, oh, you guys are all losers, you know.
This is the scum of YouTube right here. Every one of you. But he couldn't have been talking about me because I wasn't there. Yeah, you remember that one? How much are the coffee? How much is this coffee mug? I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy a coffee mug. And then I'm gonna pee in it. Yeah, I know. You triggered him, and then you said, I'm gonna go watch The Lab, and then we got this.
Where do we get these dumb trolls that show up in here? They're so stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and watch that idiot, Rusty. You're just as dumb as he is. He's one of the dumbest YouTubers in the history of YouTube. Can't work through a shoebox, work his way out of a shoebox, and you act like he knows what he's talking about. He's an absolute idiot. Okay?
Yeah, okay. He's an absolute idiot. Well, this idiot kicks your ass every night in views and memberships and everything, really. So I can't be that stupid, can I? Can't be that dumb. And if I'm dumb, then you're dumber than me. So I'm fine with that too. I'll be both. So get bent, bitch. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great Sunday. I appreciate it. I got some shoebox money. Thank you. I'm gonna get some gum with it, and it should be more than fantastic. Yeah, I am. Thank you. I am feeling better, and we'll keep going. But great. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one. I'll buy it. How much is it? It's like, what is it? $150? How much is it? How much is it? How much is Gray's friggin' and Sparker? I responded to your message on Instagram when you said I think you reposted something. I've done that before too. So totally fine.
At Sparker17 donated $5 through Super Chat. Good night.
Good night. Gatorade gum is good. It should be me trying to get out of a shoebox. He can't work his way out of a shoebox. Oh. No, it's all right. It's fine. What do you mean no sound? All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be on the lab tomorrow. Also, next Friday. Was it next Friday? I think next Friday. I have a special guest coming on, and I'll talk to Chris and John this week about having them on as well. So, you know, we have some, we'll have some cool shows coming up for you guys. And then we'll also be on After Dark a couple times this week. I am feeling better. So I appreciate you guys very much. And let's take it to the house. Not only have I seen a baby pigeon, I've nursed one back to health.
Get the out of here.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
You just had too many wrinkles.
It's not a wrinkle, dude. I was down at the duck pond one day and I was meditating.
I'm not even gonna listen to this.
Hold on, just let me be. I was.
Pigeon got the duck pond.
What's that? I went up in. I went up in the bush.
You did not.
Yes, I did. Oh, come on, dude. I love the duck pond.
Okay, that might be true, but you didn't see a baby pigeon there.
I might have saw a baby pigeon there. I can't confirm, and I'm not going to deny, though. Now, check this.
No, you saw a different kind of bird. No humans ever spotted with their own eyes a baby pigeon.
Yes, they have.
No, they haven't.
I have. But what?
Unless all the photographic evidence of baby pigeons are fake.
Yeah, because there's some huge conspiracy to hide baby pigeons.
No, it's just that pigeons are listening devices. They're not even real birds.
The part is like you're half serious, maybe 100, but I'm gonna say half.
I'm just saying.
And I think that Chris was.
You've never seen a baby pigeon, correct? No, I've never seen one. Josh, you've never seen one.
You don't know what I've seen.
Correct.
If you go to the duck pond as much as I do.
Dude, I bet you know zero people. I bet you know zero people have seen a baby pigeon.
I've never asked anybody if they've seen a baby kangaroo, a squirrel, a baby anything. That doesn't.
So of course they've seen a kangaroo.
I don't ask them.
Ask them if they've ever seen a baby pigeon.
I'll just start asking everybody I ever meet. If they've ever seen a baby pigeon, and somebody's gonna say yes. No, you fucking don't. Just like you don't wear hats in your house.
I wear hats in the house, and I ask people if they've seen baby pigeons. How did this even start? Because I asked you like a year ago if you've ever seen a baby pigeon, and you lied and said you saw one at the duck pond.
I didn't lie. I said I saw one and nursed it back to health.
No, you said you saw one at the duck pond.
Dude, I went to the corner market and I got some milk. And I had a baby bottle in my trunk.
You didn't fucking milk a baby pigeon.
Milk a baby pigeon.
I've never even seen one. No one has.
Not only have I seen one, I've nursed one.
No.
You know I'm the giver of life.
Not to baby pigeons. No. Can it happen?
Dude. See, there's nothing wrong with baby pigeons, dude. I see them all the time.
That's untrue.
Dude, there's like 3 outside right now.
Dude, get a bit.
It's too dark.
Yeah, turn the flash on.
Dude. That was rude.
Arguing about baby pigeons because I already not even real.
They are real.
What is it, Lab After Dark or whatever? I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly.
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. The thing sucks.
You're gonna have the haters, right? Haters are gonna hate.
Dude looks like a lady, da 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 da. Dude looks like a lady, da 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 da. Dude looks like a lady. Andrew the Giant.
Holy crap. Lab
sure that will be a. Uh-oh.
Dude. Dude. Whatever, dude. Dude.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Right. Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
What's the point in causing the eruption that
Lab After Dark starts now.